Hey, yo, guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to another beautiful episode of Beat Breakdown with Ziggy, the mother producer. You know how we do it here. You know what it is. Whenever you see me on your screen, you know we are here to break it down from scratch to top, step by step guide, how we do everything. But before then, one thing I would always like you to pay attention into this video is to know just how to add that one thing that will make your sound very unique. You know, I have always clamor about adding something into your production that will make it sound very unique. So at the end of this video, I will show you exactly what I did here that made it very unique. You know, Without wasting your time, I'm just going to play the whole thing for you. Then you listen up. Then I will show you step by step how we build it from scratch to the top. How we do our yagi yagi yagi, put the element together, and it becomes a sound. You know what it is. So we got to do what we need to do in order for you to know what you need to know. So pay attention and let's dive into the business. Yeah, basically, this is what is going on here. This is all what is going on inside this particular sound. So, right now, without taking much of your time, I'm just going to show you exactly what is going on here. Before we continue, I will beg you if you find this video helpful in any way, just try to hit the subscription button, subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot to me. So let's continue our business. So right now, this is what I started this sound with, and this is what triggered the whole thing. This is the foundation, and I was just playing around with my element. You know how it happened. I was just playing around, and that particular sound hit me, and I decided to be upon it. And this sound is this guy I'm talking about here. Yeah, as you can see, this is the grand groove of this sound. Every sound have a grand groove that always drive that sound from beginning to the end. This is one of it. After this sound, I was very struck with it. I said, okay, how should I build this a house? Building a sound is like building a house. You have to start from foundation, putting all the things then until you finish the whole thing. So after that, I was okay, but I felt that I needed see a low end. I needed some background sound in order to make this particular sound fuller. Yes, you can hear it at the top of your voice, but at the low end, no, somehow I feel like something is missing. So I decided to look for something like this, and this is how these guys also like. You see, believe you can hear this, right? So together with that first sound, this is how it sounds. Yeah. You see, you hardly hear that sound when it's combined together with this, but you do it a lot at the background, at the low end, you know. It's very important to layer your sound, you know, in order to make it sound fuller. So after this, I was okay, and I was like, okay, what next will I do? You know, it's all about building it. We have started, the foundation is now to continue. So that was when I said, okay, let me go and add something like this in order to complement what we already have, you know. So this is how it sounds. Can you hear that? You hear that? This is something like a rim or snare. It's just giving. You don't have to do more than that. You know, when it comes to beat making, it's always calling and responding. The elements, some are calling, some are responding. So one that fit is just this. So after this particular one too, I was okay, and I said, okay, let's continue. This is where I added this particular guys also here. Can you hear that? Yeah, can you hear that? Can you hear that? Exactly, that is what he's doing there. You don't have to do more than that. You know, that is obelically. That is what he has to be doing. So after that, you know, I was okay. Let's continue building it. So that was the time I said, okay, I needed something like a sound, you know, that kind of a sound, you know, that will always bring bring that sound into life to make it more lively. And that is why I added these guys over here. This is how it sounds. You see, that is what I said, that you have to know when it comes to sound selection, you have to pay very close attention to that. This particular sound alone does a lot. When you are listening to only this sound, you know that it contributes a lot to the whole thing. So, you know, it's all about power of knowing the right sound to select. So right now, after adding this, I was okay. It giving me vibe. Then I decided also to look for something like this, and this is how these guys also sound like. Eh? I believe you can hear that. Yeah, this is just adding those kind of ingredient, percussions, and all those things that will make it sound more fuller. Because always that is how it is. You have to make sure that you add the ingredient inside the soup. You know, you have to add ingredients inside the soup and other things in order to make it more sweeter. That is exactly what is happening here. So after this sound here, okay, I say what is the next? I decided to look for something like a vamping a guitar. You know, when they say vamping, you know what I mean by that. It's always vamping. Pam, pam. I know when I say this already, you guys know what I'm talking about. Like I always say, you guys should bear me with the background noises. You know, I'm doing this like inside my home studio, so sometimes you have to come with some of freaky background noises that I have to ignore to do what I got to do in order for you to know what you got to know. So bear me with that. So after that, I added these guys also here, and this is what this one is sounding like. Yeah, you can hear it. It's all contribute a lot, making it to be sounding more lively, making it to sound more lively. So after that, let's already see what we have from here. After all what we have selected, this is exactly how they sound like. You know, it's just so as you can see, we already have a groove. You can already vibe to it. If you're an artist, you can already create out your lyrics already. I'm telling you. So that is exactly what you have to do. You know, whenever you are doing your things, yaji yaji yaji, you do here. You see, it's a hi hat. Yeah, you can see that. You can see what I did here. Is you can see I made a yeah. As you can see the tricks here. See what I was doing there. Sometimes, there are some elements you have to make it to go by the key of the sound, that is exactly what this hi-hat. Sometimes it go with the key. So after this hi-hat, I was okay. I was like, somehow I'm still feeling like something is missing. So I decided to look for this guy here, and this is how this particular one also sound. I add a lot of element here, Sometimes when you are making your sound without an artist, you always like to build it to the a point where you will be satisfied. I believe that if like building this sound with an artist by my side, definitely some of the elements maybe I wouldn't add all of this because once the vocal comes on it, it make it like something else. But when you are doing this without an artist, you don't have any choice than to satisfy yourself. That is exactly what is going on here. So after that, I added this guy too, and this is how this guy also is sounding. You see this there are some unique thing I did about this and I'm going to show you. Stay there with me. You see this particular sound, I would like to show you how I manipulated this sound. You see this sound, this is just like a rim, something like a rim. I have to look at here. I have to crossfade it to the end. I have to cut out the hours. I have to increase the length. The end have to be the full. This is how I manipulated the sound in order to give me that particular sound I'm looking for. Always learn how to go outside the box. It is your ears. Your ear is your engine. You know the what, you know the sound you are looking for. So always try to do everything possible to achieve exactly what you are looking for. So that is what I did here. As you can see, I did a lot of this is how the normal sound. Did you share the sound? But after manipulating it, look at how this particular sound. Look at how it sounded. It's really unbelievable. Like it's not that sound at all. This is a rim, featured rim. Fractured rim, but this is how it sounds like an element, different element. This is the power of adding that unique thing, tweaking the sound to your liking is very important. Don't give a damn of anybody. Do what your ear is telling you to do until you are satisfied. Let's continue building. You see, after this, I was very, very okay with the sample. So I decided to also add something like this. Practically, this one can be called something like the chord progression. It is the chord progression that drive the groove. So after all these elements, I am still feeling that something is missing, and that is percussion. Then I decided to go and look for this guy here in order to make, when you come to African music, we like so many percussions in order to make it sound like a live music. So that is where I go for this particular percussion is an a loop created by me. Of course, it is all created by me. It's an a loop that I always, whenever I have lesser time, I don't feel like making a few beats. I create the percussions, to keep it there. So the moment I drag it in, it changes the whole thing, and I was satisfied. And that is exactly this is how it sounds. Yeah, you can see. So after this, what next? We are already getting there, we are already getting there. So after this, I decided, okay, right now I have to look for something else in order to complement it because those kind of ear candies and counter melodies, something like that. So this is how this guy to sound here. That is the fucking kick, You can't do a song without kick. And one thing that make me to fall in love with this kick is very, very punchy. Very, very, very punchy. Very, very, very punchy. Mm. You can hear the punchiness, very heavy. You know, I'm in love with this sound already. I'm already in love with it. So after that, this is the melody I'm talking about. This particular melody is just trying to, tell you something. This particular melody is singing with something, some melody that comes into my head. I decided to build it out of melody. You see, this is how it is. Let me just pause this particular kick so that you can hear everything. I love the way. You see that this particular melody is singing a particular song that came to my head that moment. I decided, I am not that I'm not that good in singing, so I can't sing along. I decided to create it out of melody, and that is it. If you want to see how it is, this is how it is. Love the way, I love the way, I love the way you your body. You see the way, you see the way, you see the way you move your body. So that is where the idea of this melody come from. After that, what is next? I decided to add more vamping, in order to make it more fuller. Already we have a certain vamping chord, but I have to add this guy too in order to make it more fuller. All right. So that is when I come up with this particular guy here, and this is how also this one sound. Yeah, I did this is the same vamping, but this one is more high octave. When I say high octave, and I did it like maybe at that part where the chorus will come in. So that is the idea of me adding it. When chorus is coming, you have to look for something that will bring it more higher. So I decided to add the same vamping in high octave. So after that, what is there? The rest is just the normal. This I look for this particular voice here. It's just telling you to feel it, and whenever it tells you to feel it, you too definitely will feel it. You understand? So this is exactly how this particular one to sound. This is how it sounds. You see that? Feel it. Okay, here too, I added another voice that says, "Baby, feel it, feel it." Yeah, this is all vocal chops that you can be creative about. You cut it out, to chop it, and just to give you what you are looking for is normal. I believe you all know exactly how to do this. And at this point again, I would like to remind you, in case if you have not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to my channel. It really means a lot in order for me to do more and more, and create something like this to come your way, because you too can learn one or two things from this breakdown, of course. So, all right, after that, here I added something like, this is just like my tag, it's just something that I used to always, whenever you hear it, you will know that this particular production is coming from this particular place. That is how we do it. It is somehow, this is not a tag actually, this is just one of the signatures, you see. Yes, DC Empire. DC Empire is DC Empire Records. We have a record that we have an artist that doing well. If you want to check him out, you can go and search AK4 on all social media platforms. You will find out who he is. Yeah, he's an artist from DC Empire Record. Okay. So this one is just like, you see, in order when the beat is coming to break down, you have to look for something that will make people to know that we are entering another phase. You see, this is also an role. I decided to use that role. Let's talk about that role. It's very very okay. This is how it sounds. You see, this is like a reggae role, but I decided to bring into it here. Somehow. When I tell you, make use of your ear. Your ear is your engine when it comes to music production. Look at how it sounds. Yes, you see, exactly like just reggae. After that, I added this particular thing to also here. So, Abi, yeah, those kind of things is just to let you know that something is coming, something is coming. That's why we do all this. We do. We got to do all this in order to make you feel, in order to make you know, in order to make you know when things are going in different way. Just like in order for you to know that okay, right now this is I have to switch from here, I have to change from here. That is why we do all what we do. So right now, let's listen to the whole thing and everything and see how it sounds. Already we have something. We have a building. What's left right now, what I'm going to show you right now is about the uniqueness I'm telling you. So after building this sound, I decided to see where I can add that uniqueness. Sometimes uniqueness can be anything. Anything at all that anybody can listen and feel very unique and feel very unique and very classic about the sound. And that is where I come with this. In my previous, when you check out my other channel where I show you about FL tips and tricks, I have talked about this there, but this is it. You see, right now, look at what happened here. You see, this is the uniqueness about the sound. This particular place, it fade in, it fade out and comes back very slowly. It's very unique. In case you are trying, I just want to give you this a bonus. Yes, let me show you how I did this for you to know. Right now, this is what I did right here. When you come here, you load in this fruity filter. You see this photo filter, you come to this knob and left click. When you left click, you come to this automation, create automation clip. When you click on it, this will create automation, it is automatically going to create the automation clip for you like this. Then you will design it like this, drag it up, bring here down, also here up, in order for you to slow down and comes back. So this is how I achieve this, and this is the one unique thing about this sound, and that is why sometimes when you make a sound, you just look for a way you can add that uniqueness, that unique sound on it. So that is exactly what I did here, and whenever you hear it, it sounds very unique, very unique. Let me show you what the knob is doing whenever that thing is happening. Just look. You see, that is one thing about being uniqueness. As you can see, my mixing, I didn't do a lot of mixing, I didn't do, some of the channels are there because, sometimes when you create a sound, they have mixing engineers that knows best about that. Some of us, the music production, those who beat makers, we don't really know exactly how to mix. So this is it. I don't want to take much of your time, but this is all what I did inside this project. And at this point, I believe you have learned one or two things out of this breakdown. What you should learn here is how to add some uniqueness about your sound, and secondly, how to tweak a sound to your likeness, to what your ear is asking for. You don't just have to be randomly adding sounds. You have to add sounds that your ear is telling you, your ear is looking for. Because when it comes to music production, your ear is your engine, like I always say. So this is it. This is all what we have here, and this is where I'll leave you for today. And just like I said, tell me what you feel, what you think in the comment section. If you like, comment, and tell me your opinion. If there is anything you would like me to learn, you would like me to know, to add it into my own production also to make it sound very classic, very unique. Also, you can tell me in the comment section. Feel free. We are here to learn together. Okay. Feel free. I'm open to learning always, always. So big shout out to you all, and always remember to subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next video. One love, okay? This is the way you move your body. How long do it? How long do it? How long do you move your body? This is the way. This is the way. This is the way you move your body. How long do it? How long do it? How long do you move your body? This is the way. This is the way. This is the way you move your body. How long do it? How long do it? How long do you move your body? So many times me I waste my time, told me I never listen. I will never listen to whatever they say. The kind of love baby girl you give me. I will never listen. I will never listen to whatever they say. The kind of love baby girl you give me. I will never listen. This is the way, this is the way you move your body. I know what you way, I know what you way, I know what you move your body. This is the way, this is the way you move your body. I know what you way, I know what you way, I know what you move your body. This is the way, this is the way you move your body. So many times me I waste my time, but me never listen. I will never listen to whatever they say. Kind of love baby that you give me. I will never listen. I will never listen to whatever they say. I love it the way, I love it the way, I love it the way with your body. You see the way, you see the way, you see the way you move your body. I love it the way, I love it the way, I love it the way you move your body.